Thick. Oh wow, it's so different for a group and stuff. Okay. Hey guys, Najaam Lee here, and it is Sickle Cell Month, Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and I'm super duper excited. Hello, Cynthia. Hello, Douglas. Hello, Jacob. Hello, 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 hello. It's your girl here, Najaam Lee, and I'm going to be answering questions. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Cynthia. Totally appreciate it. And I love the hearts. I love the hearts. Please heart up, heart up, heart up. As much so we can get as many people on this live today. I'm going to be answering all your questions, as many questions as possible on sickle cell awareness, about sickle cell, how to care for your disease, what is sickle cell, all kind of really cool stuff. So I have some tips I'm gonna offer. Hey, I have some tips I'm gonna offer. Hey, Tony, and yeah, so you guys have me for a bit live here on Facebook, and I'm going to be posting this also in Speak on Sickle Cell, the group. Make sure you are subscribed if you haven't, the SOS group, Speak on Sickle Cell. And after this, I will try to post that in. So yeah, tell everybody, share this video, because I'm going to be answering questions. Any questions you have, just post it. Post your questions below on sickle cell, and I would love to answer them. And let's just get a discussion going today. It's Awesome Monday, and so yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks, Tony. I'm doing really good. I'm feeling much better. I was in the hospital about a week ago, and which kind of interrupted like some really cool plans that I had. But I am pushed it forward to November for Inner Awakening, where I want to go to India. So that's for November. So that's the goal. But I will post on there if you guys want to check that out too. That's gofundme.com to Inner Awakening. And I'm learning as I go with this, so bear with me as I type this out for you guys. You guys can go check it out. So give me 1 second. I think Facebook has given so much changes that I'm learning as I go. Awakening. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, just post your questions below. I think it's how it works. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, post your questions below. Share this live video, and because it's Sickle Cell Awareness Month, so I want to answer as many questions for you guys. Any concerns, anything that you're going through that you're not sure about, or if it's about someone else and you want to help them, just let me know. And yeah, so I'm going to be here for a while. So I think what I want to start with, just for a basics, especially for people watching, and thank you, and who doesn't know anything about sickle cell or didn't even know September was sickle cell. Thank you for the hearts. I love the hearts. Heart up, heart up. So let's start there with what is sickle cell? What is sickle cell? So sickle cell is a disease. Sickle cell disease. Maybe some of you guys have heard sickle cell anemia, or sickle cell disease is the same thing, come in the same umbrella altogether. Sickle cell disease. And thank you. And so sickle cell disease is basically a disease of the blood, and specifically disease of the red blood cells. And, everyone has red blood cells in their body, red blood cells and white blood cells. And red blood cells are the ones that carry oxygen throughout your whole entire body. And when there's a lack of oxygen flowing through your body, it can cause a lot of issues, a lot of problems. And so with that, this is how sickle cell comes in. So sickle cell is basically affected with the red blood cells, and the red blood cells are usually like full circles in normal bodies. But in sickle cell, we have whole cells and we have crescent moon cells. They look like bananas or crescent moons, and they flow through the veins very sluggishly, and causing like traffic jams. If you ever been to LA, you understand traffic jam. Or if you've been on the East Coast in New York City and Manhattan, you understand traffic jam. Well, that goes on in our body as well, traffic jams. And so these traffic jams then create certain problems. And one of these main problems is pain. Why? Because the lack of oxygen flowing, there's not enough oxygen flowing. The heart now needs to pump even harder to get the blood flowing through properly, and oxygen, trying to grab more oxygen to come in. Pain, as if pain comes in, excruciating, really, really hard pain. And this pain can be described as worse than giving birth, or it could be worse than breaking a leg. It's like really, like, some people feel like a stabbing. Some people feel it like a hammer pounding. Some people feel it like they're being electrocuted, like lightning striking them. Some people feel like something just on them, and it's just like won't go away. It's just sticking there and just getting harder and harder. Some people feel pressure, like really, really hard pressure. There's so many effects of how people feel the pain that is excruciating. And so sickle cell is basically is inherited disease. It's not something that you can catch, like if someone has a cold and or if you like AIDS or something like that. It's not like that at all. Like bodily fluids, or if I kiss you, you're gonna catch sickle cell. Like, no, honey, if I kiss you, you're gonna be all right. But with sickle cell, it's inherited. It's an inherited disease. That means coming from your parents, someone has the trait, right? That means your mom has a trait and your father has a trait. And they come together, and 1 out of 4 will probably get SS, which is the full-blown disease. 2 out of 4 would probably get SC. It's another, they call it like one level under SS, but it varies. Everybody varies. And then you have 3 out of 4 could possibly get the trait, okay, which is the carrier, the gene of it. And a lot of times the trait, people are affected by the trait. You guys, just make sure if you have any questions, if I'm not seeing your questions, just put them down for me, write them down, so that I can see them. And so there are different ways of passing this on. So it's usually a 4 proximity, a 4 radius of, say 4 kids, so 1 possibly get SS, 2 will possibly get SC, 3 or 4 will probably get the trait or be a carrier. Okay? Um, what else? What other question do I have? So that's basically the round off with the basics of sickle cell. Like, I just gave you 101 of what sickle cell is. Okay. Let's get a little further. So sickle cell SS. This is what I have. I have the full-blown disease. What does that mean? Sickle cell anemia. They consider that category sickle cell anemia. You not only have sickle cell, but you're very anemic as well with it. You have anemia with it. And so it's really, 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 really powerful, strong, and deadly. It has taken lives. This is a serious disease. And so, what type you have? I have SS. Oh, okay, I have SS. Yeah. And so, with SS, especially when I was a kid growing up, I was in the hospital maybe every month or 2 or 3 times a month. That's expected with sickle cell. Okay, cool. And so let me rewind back a little bit. So we just broke down how it's inherited, right? So let's talk about sickle cell anemia SS, the full blown. So I like to look at this as the full package. But if you want to see like a movie, I always, in my talks and in my speaking engagements, discuss Lord of the Rings. Has anyone seen Lord of the Rings? If you have, just heart up. If you've seen Lord of the Rings, just heart up. Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies. But if you've seen part 1 of Lord of the Rings, there's a part in there the director really understood pain when Frodo was stabbed by the Dark Lords. And his friends could not see his stabbing, but only Frodo could like experience and see the stabbing. This is what this is how I describe sickle cell pain, because a lot of times doctors or people around want to think there should be some type of expression, or you should look like you're in pain, or you should look like you're having trauma. And most sicklers do not have a look of trauma. Why? Because from the time we were born, we've been in pain, so you get so accustomed to pain that your expression of it, even when you're at a 10, a scale of a 1 to 10, how high is your pain? 10 or higher. Your pain sometimes is at a 20 Richter scale, and you're like this. I'm in pain. And you come into the ER and you're like, yeah, I'm in pain. And then if they're not trained and understand how sickle cell is and how it works, they will think you're lying. They will think, no, there's no way she could be at a 20 or she could be at a 10. She doesn't look like she's in pain. She's talking, she's moving, she's having a smile on her face, or, she's not, crying or really in deep. Because from the time you're born, you know pain. You experience pain. You understand how it affects you. You know how to tolerate pain. And sometimes, in some instances, a lot of times in our walk of life, we are forced to just hold in on the pain, not to make anyone else feel weirded out. So we know how to camouflage our face and not show pain. And this takes a lot of training and practice from when you're small. But we're so used to giving a good face so that nobody else feels weirded out that you're in pain, right? And if you agree with me, if you understand this, just heart up, show some hearts or show some likes. But a lot of us do know how to handle pain very, 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 very well. My pain, let me talk about my pain. So I have SS, sickle cell anemia. And so my pain is a stabbing pain. Okay, a stabbing pain. Like seriously, someone's over me and stabbing me, and I can feel them on top of me, and they're stabbing me. And the stabbing is a very sharp blade, a very sharp knife, over and over and over and over and over again. That at some point in reality, if you were being stabbed with a real blade over and over, at some point your body goes into a kind of like a protective shock. You don't feel it that much anymore. That's what happens to me. And so many other sicklers who feel and experience sickle cell and pain, or what we call a severe crisis, pain crises, right? Sickle cell is a chronic disease, chronic illness, chronic pain. That means we are always in pain. We are always in pain. Okay? It's just that it is at different levels. Each day is very different. Throughout the day can be very different. I can wake up feeling so awesome, and by the end of the day just feel like crap and being stabbed up again with my pain. You know? So it's very, very different, and it hurts. You know, pain is pain. Pain hurts. Pain has no color. This is the other thing that I want to explain. Pain has no color. Okay, pain is pain. So sickle cell is not a black disease like is being taught in a lot of medical schools, which needs to stop. Pain is not, sickle cell is not a black disease. Every nationality, internationally, can and do have sickle cell. It doesn't matter what color you are, you know, because we're dealing with blood. We're not dealing with skin tone and, you know, coloration or anything like that. Like sickle cell doesn't deal with that. Sickle cell only looks at your blood. How can I affect this blood? That's it. Oh, sweetie, I'm past my 30s. So sickle cell is coming from a very long passage, okay? And in one of my talks, I talk about the history of sickle cell and how it came about and what channels and countries and all that when I do my talks of, you know, how this even happened. What happened during the time of when people in, you know, 17th century, 16th century, 14th century, 13th century had sickle cell. What did they do? You know? And then how it evolved and all this other stuff. I do those in my talks. So yeah, do you guys open it up? Do you guys have any questions or any tips you need, any advice you need on sickle cell? Do you know anyone with sickle cell? Let me know. That would be awesome. And I can share with you like how you can, you know, just be there for them. I think that's one of the other things is support that I can talk about with sickle cell, and it's changing gradually, like slow, minute, gradually, but support is so important, y'all. Like, if you don't support your friend and be there for your friend who has sickle cell, then, you know, you need to understand and educate yourself what sickle cell is then in order to support, you know. And a lot of times when growing up, especially me as a teenager, I was by myself with this disease. I didn't have support like that, like friends, or I couldn't talk to anybody about it. They wouldn't understand it. It was like, you know, oh, you know, you didn't come to school for like weeks. I didn't see you. Oh, I was sick. But it's more like, yeah, sick or playing rookie, you know? you know? But no, I was sick, you know? But that happens. It happens with all of us. It's hard to discuss. It's hard to talk about. It's hard to share with other people because if you don't understand pain and waking up with pain every day, like right now I'm sitting and talking to you guys, I'm in pain. I'm having a mini crisis in the lower part of my back. But you know, I know how to like keep it under wraps. You understand? Yes, Zadius. Yes, that happened to me so many times when I was a kid, and even when I was in college. Ugh, college, college was crazy for me because I had to learn on my own, but I was like in and out of the hospital. I was missing so many credits. Like, it's one of the craziest times to figure out your disease and also figure out college. But yeah, it used to be weeks, man, weeks. Can't do nothing. Can't walk. I remember I had a crisis where yeah, man, I had a crisis where it affected my legs, and I had to learn to walk all over again. Like, I had to go to therapy and learn to walk, literally, all over again. Because the pain. So let's break this down. How is that possible? It's almost like you're paralyzed. I know. So let's break it down. When you are affected with a very severe pain crisis, say in the legs, right? That means it's affecting not only the red blood cells, which means a lack of oxygen is flowing. The blood is not flowing properly, so there's a lack of circulation happening. In that lack of circulation happening is also affecting the tissues and the muscles. They're not getting their oxygen either, so they're affected. Then you get down to the bone, and the bone is not getting the fluids it properly needs at a timely basis because is being affected by this pain crisis. There's trauma happening in the body, right? This trauma is continuing to ride like a stabbing, as I say, stabbing. And it'll stab for hours. This is not like, oh, a few seconds and it's done. No, this is ongoing, hours, days, weeks, okay, of excruciating pain. And my heart goes out to everyone who has the disease. That's crazy. Me too. When I was younger, I was in the hospital for almost a month. I had to get to learn how to walk. Oh, you had to get PT too, Tony. Yes. Yup. Douglas. Yup. Yeah. It's really excruciating, right? So that stabbing in the leg, so then the leg is like, this ain't working. You know, your leg is like, I'm not getting what I need. This pain is severe, and it conks out. Basically, it conks out. So from the bone to the tissue to the muscle to the veins, the red blood cells, everything conks out, right? And so because it conks out now, it can't function. It loses function. You're not able to walk because you're too much in pain, so you're laying down. And on top of that laying down, you know, you're not moving. There's no circulation again on top of that. So then at some point, for being in pain for so long, it really affects the nerves in the leg. and it affects everything, the blood flow, every single thing that's going on to make your leg function. And so it doesn't function properly anymore. And so that affects how it's supposed to help you to walk. And so since that you can't walk, you're laid up in bed, and you're taking medication, and you're taking IV fluids, you're taking oxygen, you're taking all kinds of stuff, and you're just laid up. And you're laid up for weeks, sometimes months. But, you know, the doctors try their very best to give you everything possible that they know and have knowledge on or experience on. So this is a very, like, serious disease. You know, it really affects you. It affects your life. So how does it affect your life? Let's talk about that. If you are a kid growing up, like say from the age 5 up, and you're getting sick all the time, you're missing school. You're missing a lot of school. You have a lot to make up. And most of the time you're in bed making up. You know, papers are coming in from your teachers, back and forth. Your parents are taking it back and forth. You're missing it. What else? Family functions, family activities. I remember this. I'm in a crisis. Oh, well, can't go there, can't do that because she's sick. You know? I've gotten in crises on the plane. Land that sucker. You know? Like, we gotta do an emergency landing. Okay? Take me out, you know? What else? Like, it affects everything. So your family is affected. Your work is affected. I've tried to work for other companies and other people. And anytime I had a crisis and I'm out for a period of time, that messes up their job flow. And I understand that. So I lose a job. You know, and I was losing jobs left, right, and center. I couldn't hold it. I tried my darnest and just worked so hard. But as soon as I got a crisis, I'm out, you know. Oh, Shafiq, no problem. Definitely. Love sharing this. I think we share, we learn, more knowledge makes us powerful. You know, I'm cooking at the same time, so let me check my food here. But please, you guys, thank you so much for sharing this video. Please share it to as many people as possible because it is Sickle Cell Awareness Month. And if you are on the Speak on Sickle Cell fan page, awesome. If not, please like and follow our fan page. I try to post as much on there with information and videos and stuff. Done that and it hurts to lose. Yes, I'm like multitasking. Thank you. So what else? So yeah, it affects your job. You lose a job. So I had to I need to just become an entrepreneur and do my own thing on my terms, on my way. And you know, it's a slow process because I don't want to over exuberate myself. The moment I over exuberate myself, I kind of set myself back. You know, so I just pace myself and work like that, and I try to put as much stuff online and do as possible, and just, you know, pace myself. And I think that's very important for all sicklers. Doesn't matter if you have SS, SC, whatever it is, to always pace yourself. Yes, I've lost so many jobs. It's crazy where I just gave up because of being sick and trying to work doesn't mix. Yeah. I have to I'm an artist and and a healer, and I do all kinds of different things. So I just learn to try and do things online and just pace myself. But that whole 9 to 5 stuff, I can't do that. Like, I can't stand 8 hours a day. I can't do that. You know, I can't sit in a cold area for too long, because a lot of these offices will have the AC on, running. I mean, it is cold for me, and it just sets off a crisis. You know, like, I can't do that. You know, I understand my limitations, and that's great. You know, I have some limitations, and that's fine. I'm cool with it. So I work with what I know I can do. You know, so yeah. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Am I covering as much that you guys were thinking about? I hope I was covering. But we'll continue more. So, what else? So I'm just basing everything off of like my life and others that I've known. I've known so many sicklers that have passed away, you know, and I try to learn from whatever it is that they were going through, and just, you know, learn from it, take some tips from it. But yeah, it's one of those diseases where, of course, there's no real universal cure that I would say it as that, like a universal cure that is going to cure every single sickler in the entire, you know, world. Like, we don't have that. There's a lot of experiments going on. I remember someone asking me this. There's a lot of experiments going on. There's a lot of trials, and some do well and some don't. Some are the first maybe 6 months or a year, we may get like information of, oh, it worked, but then we don't get like a follow-up of 10 years down, 15 years down, and you want to know what's up. Well, I'm going to tell you, a lot of the trials that they've used are done, and I may get knocked for this, but I don't care, have reversal. They reverse, okay? They may be effective for a period of time, but then the gene or that mechanism of the sickle cell reverts back, okay? And this is stuff they're not talking about. Obviously, they're not going to, because they want you guys to feel like, hey, we got a cure here. We got a cure. But there is a lot of the different tests that they've done have reverted. So my whole thing in telling you this is really look at enhancing your lifestyle, how you eat, how you drink, how you do your life every single day to really create balance for your sickle cell life. And I really, really want to enhance it. They don't want me to talk about that with you guys, of lifestyle. They only want me to talk about, oh, pop this pill or pop this drug or try this trial or whatever. When I was a kid, I was a guinea pig. Exactly. Exercise is very important. And it doesn't have to be excruciating exercise. It can be yoga. It could be walking. It could be riding a bike. I like every day what I do push-ups. That's my thing. I do push-ups. And I walk. I do some type of walking, and I do squats. That's my other thing I like to do. I do squats. So find something that you can do little by little every day, and it becomes part of you every single day, that you'll just do it. So they don't want me to talk to you about lifestyle, but lifestyle is important. Lifestyle is the key. Lifestyle is the way, guys, to really healing yourself, and really looking at what you're eating. When you eat it, how does it affect you, say, an hour or two later? You know, what if you remove that out of your diet and just implement something else that's more natural or live food like, you know, vegetables and more live, you know, salads and stuff like that and nuts. Oh, you walking Zumba? Go girl, Zumba. Zumba is nice too. Yeah, walking and jogging, cool. Yeah. You know, because you want the heart especially to be pumping. That's your core right there. That's your strength when it comes to sickle cell, right? Because that's the one that's helping to push the oxygen and the blood flow through your veins. So you want your heart to really be like strong, you know? So doing things for your heart is very important. And I think that's like one of the biggest keys to helping with your sickle cell, is doing, like, as I said, I do push-ups, you know. I think that's really good. I do walking, I do some yoga. I try to do a little of everything. If I go to the gym, sometimes I don't go to the gym because if it's not clean, I have an issue with that. Some gyms just, they're not up to par with their cleanliness, and so it affects me. And if I'm inhaling anything, it affects me. So, you know, I may start out and go to the gym and do some weightlifting and stuff, but after a while, if they don't keep up with their cleanliness, I'm out. You know, you know, because it affects me. You know, it's gonna affect my sickle cell. What else? Yeah, so I really think that's important. Lifestyle, y'all. Lifestyle. I know do many of you experience like insomnia? I experience bad insomnia. I know that's like something that we do deal with at times. But I try to, like, during the daytime, I may do these little quick naps. Like if I'm in front of my computer, I may just nod off and do these little quick naps just to help my body. Hey, Jose, welcome. So yeah, I think eating right for your body type. Let's say it that way, because anytime we say eating right, no one gets it. You know, eating right for your body type is very important. And understand what your body type is. I had that also. I love to be. You have OCD? I'm like germphobe for certain things. So like when I go in the gym and it smells weird, I'm out. Like, you know, or if I'm in there and there's other people in there, like way too many people, I'm out. You know, like I'm OCD in that because I don't want to catch anything or anything that's going to affect setting off a crisis. You get me? I'm like that. Like if someone has a cold, they can't come over my house. You know, I'm OCD like that. If you're sick, I can't come over. You know, if you have cold, flu, something, I'm sorry. I love you and everything, but I can't come over. Like screen off me. You know. So yeah, I deal with that. I'm a little maniac with that, you know. You agree? Yeah, I'm a maniac with that. Hey Patrick, welcome. Just checking my food. Hey Emily, do me a favor, sweetie. Can you like chop up the garlic for me, please? Thank you. Yeah, germaphobe here. I can't help it. Well, I'm just protecting myself. So anyways, so yeah, I just really wanted to come on here, you guys, and talk as much as I can think of, like with a lot of questions that I get of for sickle cell, and just really start off talking on those things and hopefully bring as much knowledge as possible. Exactly, Zarius, exactly. Um, so yeah, I just want to, really enlighten, bring some really cool awareness for you guys this month for September for Sickle Cell Awareness Month. And that this really, you guys can take it and share it, share this video, share it on your page, let other people see it. It's very important that we have dialogue. Dialogue is so important. Hey Zarifa, thank you for coming. We have as much dialogue is so important, and understanding, and maybe, we can find a way where we're not so reliant on the doctors as much, and really empowering ourselves and uplifting ourselves to become stronger, more knowledgeable about it, and not be afraid. A lot of times I find with a lot of times I find with a lot of sicklers, when it comes to interaction with doctors, there's a fear, like they're not going to get their medicine. And hey Zarifa. So yeah, like they're not going to get their medicine. So did I add you? I add you, right? I think. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah. So
Nice to
hey
talk with you, man.
Zarifa. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to share that sometimes the interaction with doctors, a lot of people have a stipulation with interacting with doctors. They're not going to get their meds if they say something that or disagree with the doctor. Let me tell you something, okay? um, you are the god and goddess of your body. Period. Hands down. Okay? Do not, and I'm going to repeat this, do not allow someone who's never experienced your body, who's never experienced pain crises, to make you feel like you are second guessing yourself or second guessing the pain that you have. Like, I remember a doctor, and I can talk about this now. I was going through a pain crisis, and I was in the hospital, and this doctor came in saying that, are you sure, he said to me, are you sure it's not arthritis yet you're having, arthritic pain, and you think you have sickle cell crisis going on? And I was like, and I was like, you're gonna lose your job today, you know. And I told my nurses, and I went also as far as patient advocacy, because when a patient, by law, when a patient tells you I'm in pain, especially when it comes to chronic illness, pain, anything in pain management, when a patient tells you or tells a physician, I am in pain, I am having a pain at this level, I am experiencing excruciating pain, I am at a 10 or a 9. This is the level of pain I'm having. I have sickle cell anemia. There's no changes. There's nothing that states that I have arthritis or some other, illness. My DNA, my blood, everything shows that I have that. So, because you are illegally denying me to state what I'm feeling, and you are bypassing it, and to in turn, in a derogatory way, tell me I'm feeling something else, you, sir, are in the wrong. So I utilize patient advocacy And yeah, bye-bye. He went. Because this was going on by others, and there was a fear. No one wanted to say anything. But I don't have that. I'm just like, I'm gonna knock you down. Don't be playing that game. Don't play that game. Don't play God. I'm the God of my body, not you. I'm the God of my body. You understand? Like, I'm the one in charge. I have the final say with anything that goes into my body. Anything that you want to suggest to subscribe for me, I have the last say, the final say. And when you have a power like that, they cannot walk over you. They cannot manipulate you. They cannot manipulate your thought process. Okay? Because it is your body. Okay, so Zarifa, I'm getting my hair. I'm the social media correspondent for Sickle Cell Walk Run, September 23rd in Philly. I'm doing sickle cell trivia, bringing more awareness to sickle cell. Awesome! Thank you, Zarifa. Yes, Sickle Cell Rock and Run, Saturday, September 23rd. If you guys are in Philly, please attend. And Zadius, I've been there and done that with the same thing with the doctor telling me I got sickle cell from someone else, and I looked at two doctors like, duh, from my parents. Yeah, like, what are you on? How can these people who are not only went to medical school, got their certificate, their PhD and MD, are licensed to practice, and then they come out with stupidity like this? How can you want to specialize in hematology, which sickle cell comes under the umbrella of hematology, and some will say hematology oncology. Okay? Hematology oncology. So that means you're working with the blood. You're working with the cells, white blood cells and red blood cells. That's your specialty. You're dealing with diseases in that frame of work. Okay? That means you are studying specifically these particular diseases that deal with blood disorder. Right? What type of sickle cell do you have? Oh, I have SS, Zarifa. SS, the full blown. So when you understand your body and understand how sickle cell works, and when you understand what you need for your body, especially in a time of a crisis, you are God of your body. Okay? Not them. Do not feel any way that you have to kiss ass. There's no kissing ass here. Okay? Why? Because they have chosen by their own thought and action to become a doctor in this field and chosen to work in a hospital to provide a service for you. This is not no favor. No one's here for a favor. They're not giving you a favor. They're getting paid. You are paying them to service you. Okay? Remember that. You are the one paying them. Your insurance, whoever your provider is, you are with that provider. Therefore, all the taxes, anything that you've done in the past of work or anything like that, money, and you have shown and proven, I am paying for this service. Therefore, this service must be correct. If it's not, you go above. Simple as that. You go above. Okay? Do not have any fear. You go above. Because there's always somebody above them. There's always somebody above somebody above somebody above somebody. Always. Okay? You don't have to be rude unless they're rude with you, then you like, then we go like battle. But if they're not rude and you're being intelligent and you're being, straight, not daddling like, oh, let it, no, you're like, this is what I need, this is what works, this is what you need to do. Let's, chop it up, let's go. You know? That's how I talk. Like that's how I talk. Exactly. I don't have sickle cell disease, but I do have multiplex congentia. I'm in control of my body. Yes, girl. Yes. Yes, absolutely. You totally understand. You're in charge. So do not feel intimidated. Okay? They don't have any power over you. Okay? You're the God of you. Especially when it comes to your body, because you're the one in charge of your body, not them. You are. Okay? Oh, let me plug up because we're getting deep here. I don't want to miss this. Hold on one second, guys. I don't want to miss this talk we're having because of my battery going low. Okay. Do I have it? Okay, cool. All right. So I want you guys to really understand that. Do not have any fear with that because this has so many years of experience with this and going through this to be a doctor, and they don't understand the sickle cell and question a person who going through since birth, and they try to tell them you don't. I know, sweetie. I know, Zadius. I know. Just as I know my disability is long as hell. Yeah, exactly. You know your body. You know exactly, the ins and outs of the mechanism of how that disease works. More than what they will ever know reading from a book, okay, or looking through a microscope. You understand? You know it inside out. So you know what medicine works for you. You know the dosage that works for you. You know in the time frame that it works for you. You have an idea of how long of a stay you need, in the hospital. You have an idea of everything. You understand? So they cannot tell you if I remember, I'm going to give you another story. I was taking this other drug along with, I was taking so many drugs at one point. But there was a drug that I was taking, and I ended up being in the hospital, and I had a port, and the port got infected, and what else? And it just affected everything, and they had to take it out. On top of all this, I was going through, and I had a PCA pump, okay? Anyone knows this PCA pump is basically it's a portable machine that you're able to, for your own self, hit it the amount of medicine that you need. You're the one who is in control and press it and give it to yourself. That's a PCA pump. You're not doing injectables. Okay, so I was in the hospital. I had a PCA pump and going through all this. Okay. And there was a medicine that I usually take, but it's a small amount I usually do. So I was just fortunately up this one night, okay? And I knew the timings of my medicine. I always ask, I don't care how many times they come in here and give it to me. I will say, how much are you giving me? What are you giving me? Let me check it. Do that. You have a right to do that, guys. You have a right. See what they're giving you, okay? Because you're going to protect your life, okay? And I did this one night. Just one night I was in the hospital, and a nurse came in to give me my medicine. And I asked her, I'm so happy I did this. I said, what are you giving me? And she read it off. I said, how much are you giving me? I usually take a small dosage of maybe 10 milligrams or something like that at the time. And she was going to give me 140 milligrams. I would not be here today at all, guys, at all. Okay? And she was so shaken back because the doctor had prescribed 140 milligrams to give me. And one simple question saved my life. By me proactively just asking, I don't really sleep at night, so I'm up. And for that particular night, I just simply asked, how much are you giving me? What are you giving me? And how much? And she's cool. She'll read it off to me. And when she saw that, she almost had a heart attack because that could also ruin her job. You understand me? And she ran out. She did what she had to do, changed everything, and came back with the right dose and just went over because the doctor, she's a nurse. She didn't write anything. She's just following procedure. But the doctor wrote it. You understand? So do not feel any way of asking, and I don't care how many times you ask it. You know, what are you giving me and how much? What are you giving me and how much? Okay? Just say it. Ask it. Because you are the God and goddess of your body, not them. They're just following protocol. They're just following procedure. Okay? And I give you guys these stories because I have so many. I've been used like a guinea pig when I was a kid. I have so many, you know. But I share these stories with you guys just to give you some awareness how serious this is and how easily things can go wrong if you're not aware, you know, and you're not alert. Okay, and just really protecting yourself. I know you may be sleepy sometimes when they give you your medicine, but force yourself to just wake up and ask that question, or if you have someone with you, to have them ask that question. Exactly, Zarifa. Exactly. It's your life. It's your health and it's your life. And you have one life at this moment in this now time. You know, you have one at this now moment. So, you know, some of these things I've learned and just, you know, being alert and just understanding, and it just pushed me to learn the law, especially when it comes to healthcare and patient laws and understanding it, because there's so many loopholes, a lot of loopholes, and if you are not aware of those loopholes, or you just, you know, don't ask questions or the right questions, you will fall in through those loopholes, and it can hurt you in a long term. So just don't be afraid, guys, to ask questions. Don't be afraid to question the nurse. Don't be afraid to question the doctor. They're just human, you know. A lot of them really care, and then there's a lot of them that don't. But either way, it's okay. Ask it. Just ask. It don't matter if they give you a look of, why are you asking? Or, you know, don't feel any way. Just do your job for you. Okay? I know I went on that as a little rant, but I need to protect you guys. I need to protect you guys because there's so many healthcare situations that's not even in the news that's going on. So yeah, just what else? So the other thing I wanted to talk about is I think someone asked me this the other day, which is relationships. Relationships and sickle cell. Oh man, that can be a tough one to answer because it's not always the greatest. it's hard to find, in my case, okay? I can talk about me. It's hard to find someone that's going to actually be there, especially when you're in a crisis. When you're sick is when you know people, okay? When you're sick is when you know people. Yes, people like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so great, you're so fun, and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. But the moment like I get sick, it's a ghost town. Okay, it's a ghost town. I'm so used to this that I'm good with myself. I'm good by myself, until that right person comes along and they can like um, you know, show me a really great time and really want to be there for me and with me and build something. But in reality, it's very, very hard because when you're sick, you're giving to another person. Um, Anytime that you have to give of yourself to another person, a lot of people don't want to go that route, don't want to dedicate or commit to that route. It's a big dedication, it's a big commitment, and I understand that. You know, Having an illness like ours is a very big commitment, and that person has to truly, truly, truly love you and care about you and see a future and all these other things and really want to be there. So it's a very big commitment because they have to go through a learning curve as well of your disease and your care and all this other stuff. And some people just are not cut out for it. A lot of people are not cut out for that. So I, tell me about it. Nobody's already when you're down, but while you're up, everybody's around. Yes, Zadius, absolutely. Um, and this shows to me because a lot of times when you're in the hospital, if you guys experience this, just give me a thumbs up or heart. But I experienced this so many times. Okay, I get sick, right? I get sick. I go in the hospital and my phone is silent. Not one call, not one, right? I don't hear from no friends, quote unquote. I don't hear from anybody. I don't even get a text, right? From nobody who says they really care about me, except for, I'm not gonna talk, like my dad is always there, hands down, boom, my family. But I'm talking about, I'm talking about people who say they care, right? Honey, my phone is dead. Okay, I can literally just put it down. I probably don't even have to take it with me to the hospital because I'm not gonna get no calls. You get me? I'm a loner, okay? I'm alone in that room, 4x4, with a window to look through, laying on my bed with an IV stuck to me, pain meds, and I'm looking at a small screen called a television, or I may have my laptop with me and some shitty food called the hospital food, and I'm there by myself 24/7. Yeah, guys, that's the realness of a sickle cell life. Okay, yes, that's the realness of a sickle cell life. I am there by myself. Okay, I call it like a spa retreat. I'm gonna be there by myself anyway. No one comes except for like my dad or my mom sometimes or my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like your family, But like people that you think are your friends or, people who say they really care about you, you know, um, someone who has an interest in you. Oh, please. I'm there by myself, okay? So, you guys understand. I see your hearts. You guys totally understand, and you experience it too. And it's just like it's just I what can I say? I I've learned to be okay with it. You understand? I've learned to like not expect it. I've trained myself to say it's okay, don't worry about it. you know, don't worry about it. It's okay. You know, I got me and the universe and, you know, my family. And that's okay. And that's what counts, you know. So I don't put any expectations. I don't have any expectations on anybody, you know. Um, Even if they say, oh, you know, if you get sick, I'll come and visit. I don't even hold them to that because it doesn't make sense. Because I'm so used to like, you ain't gonna be there. You know, you're just not gonna be there, and I know it. So yeah, it's a very lonely path. I have a very lonely life um, with sickle cell anemia. I have a very, you know, I am so used to just being by myself. And I mean, I go to events and things like that for like fashion and art and all this other stuff, but I'm by myself, you know. Inside 6 months in the hospital and not a soul call, neither showed up, family nor friends. So yeah, I understand you, Zadius. Yeah, I so understand you. You know, it's a lonely path. Um, Sometimes it's even crazier because if you have a roommate in the hospital and they have all their friends come every single day, it really like hurts on you a little bit because it's like, damn, you got some peeps, you got some support. And yes, Zadius, yep. But when it comes to just your everyday life, everyday sickle cell life, you're by yourself. So when I come home from the hospital, you know, it's me. You understand? I have to try to push myself to get um moving quickly and get things going quickly. Like, you know, it's a process, but at the same time, I try to rush it because, you know, got things to do. So yeah, it's a lonely path. A lot of people don't talk about it. They don't talk about how lonely it is. There is absolutely this teeniest, weeniest support system ever. It's the worst when it comes to sicklers. And that has to change. It really does. I speak about that because I feel if we had support on a daily like that, it would make your stay in the hospital shorter. It will make your recovery shorter. It will make your healing process so quick, you know, when you have support and you have that, you know, people just giving or taking turns and giving every single day. But yeah, next, you know, it's like, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna beg for it or anything. I'm so used to being there by myself, so it's cool. It's cool. And we're strong like that. That's why we're called warriors. We are so strong. We are on the battlefield every day, okay, on the forefront. We are warriors, okay? We know how to be out there by ourselves. We know how to deal with it by ourselves. And this is mentally, emotionally, and physically, okay? 3 and 3. Okay, that's why we're very, very strong. We don't take crap, and we're very upfront and forward. And we have to be because there's no support like that. So I hope I answered your like questions, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this. Show me that you enjoyed this. Give me a hands up. I don't know how long I've been talking, but but I'm so happy you guys stayed. Thank you so much. I need to be strong and see who's really there for me when I'm down. I'm good now as I've grown to acknowledge I'm a loner and to see I'm better by myself. Yep, 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 yep. I totally understand with you. I totally understand with you, Zadius. Totally. You know. So I just roll with the punches, my shoulders off, brush it off. It's all right. We good. We're so good. You know, we can communicate online, we can talk, we can express. And this is why I wanted to do this, because I really want people to understand what we go through every single day. Like, this is not a joke, you know. Most of the times we may not talk it, you know, we're just handling it. We're just doing it. You know, we don't have to say, oh, I'm in pain, or oh, I'm, you know, experiencing this right now, or oh, you know, like, we're just like, let's keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. You know, we're so used to just making things happen no matter how much pain we're experiencing. We just keep going. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. If there's any questions I didn't answer, please let me know. If you had any questions or anything like that. And if not, you can also leave it in the comment box below, and I will definitely answer them for you guys. Yes, brush your shoulders off, Jay-Z, right? Brush your shoulders off, keep it going. We're very tough warriors. We're very, very powerful soldiers. And I don't know, there's a lot of us, and there's a lot of us that are very silent, and we don't say anything at all. You wouldn't even know they had sickle cell. But I really want to express this and talk to people about this, whether you have it or not, and really express like what I go through, you know, and what we all go through. You know, I may look like I'm having the best day, and I am having the best day for me, you know. But sometimes I'm having a rotten day, but I'm still gonna keep a really cool face, because I'm so used to doing that. And handle business, you know, no matter what. So I love you guys. I hope I can do this again very soon. I think I'll try to do one more for before Sickle Cell Awareness Month is up. But I hope you guys enjoy this. If you want more of this, just thumbs up, let me know. You know, you can inbox me or comment or whatever, message me. And yeah, so you guys are strong. It's Sickle Cell Awareness Month. Woohoo! Yay! I'm loving them hearts and thumbs up. Yes, we are awesome warriors. Woo! Thank you so much for joining. You guys are awesome. To have an awesome day, make sure you hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Like, I drink coconut water and Gatorade. Electrolytes, electrolytes, electrolytes. Just chug it, chug it, chug it down, right? And some chlorophyll. Chlorophyll in your water. Chug it down, chug it down. You guys are awesome. Yes, smile even when you're having a rough day, y'all. Just smile. It's all right. It's all right. It will pass. It will pass. All right. Love you guys. Until next time, please share this video. I'm going to upload it and post it up, but share it and let everybody know. Alkaline water, yes, yes. That's a good tip. Yes, alkaline water too. So just chug it, just drink. I'm about to go chug me some right now, because I'm feeling a bit dehydrated. I've been talking and stuff. Okay. All right, guys, I love you. I'm going to put this up, and I'm going to put this up on Speak on Sickle Cell SOS. And I see you guys in another video very soon. All right, we're going to do another one. I love you. Love you too, Douglas. I love you guys. Cynthia, Zarifa, Zadius, John, Patrick, Galinsick, D'Angelo, Ron, Leah, Andrew. I'm trying to go through all Jose, Ken, Shafiq, Shri, Claudia, Rodney, Tony. Thank you guys. I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye.